And welcome to the Forum in Inglewood, California. A capacity crowd as CBS Sports presents the NBA on CBS and the Los Angeles Lakers and the Boston Celtics, the two teams that have set a standard in the NBA with 8 titles between them this decade, are clashing today, and a little bit unusual because for the first time since these teams have met, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson are not here. Since they've become pros, that's been the story. This is the game summary right now. It's a 15-11 Laker lead. They're the high scores, and there's the shooting story. And Hubie Brown for the Boston Celtics. Jimmy Rogers has had his headaches on this road trip. And what has been the problem with Boston, basically?
Well, I think it's a defensive problem. They have problems defensively in transition, getting back on defense. Now, the only way that you can get a good job done here today with the Lakers is that you must pound the offensive boards whenever you miss and try not to turn the ball over. If you don't do those things, the Lakers will be out running 94 feet.
Now, the Lakers, with the third best record in the NBA, have lost 2 in a row at home for the first time in 5 years. And they're playing without Magic Johnson. What is their status, and how are they playing without Irvin?
Well, I think the pressure's on Michael Cooper, and he feels it. He knows that when you are a point guard, you must distribute the ball, call all the right plays, and keep everybody in the action. But they have done a nice job in the game since he has assumed this position. The ball distribution is there. The Lakers must shoot a high percentage.
Jake O'Donnell, Tommy Nunez, and Ron Oleksiak are our officials this afternoon. You'd never known by the crowd fervor that Magic and Bird are not playing in this game. It's still the green against the gold. And they have really established a tremendous rivalry over the years. Michael Cooper has just committed a foul. We'll bring you up to date on the scoring. James Worthy with 6 is the high scorer for the Lakers. Parrish with 5, as you saw, leads the Boston Celtics. Lakers by 4, 6:35 remaining in the first period.
As you look at the Celtics, they must get McHale and Parrish at least 15 to 20 shots and then have movement with the other 3 players.
Parrish tries to keep it alive, and he does momentarily. Now the Lakers on the run. 3-on-2 break for LA, and it's Cooper. He missed the layup, and Parrish the rebound. Long pass, McHale. The Celtics have lost 26 games. That's the most since they lost 26 6 years ago. So it's been a long drought, and the basket there by Reggie Lewis, who leads now with 6.
Today, the Boston Celtics are up-tempoing everything. On this trip, this is their 4th game. Their scores are so much higher than in previous years. And you'll see early that they are running a half-court trap defensively and trying to push the action every time that the Celtics either score or turn the ball over.
Brian Shaw, the rookie from Cal Santa Barbara, and Dennis Johnson are in the backcourt. Reggie Lewis, who has filled in for Bird and done a terrific job, is at forward with McHale and Parrish. Shaw misses the shot. Cooper with an outlet to Scott, and Byron Scott lays it in. Byron Scott in his 4th game back after missing 6 with an illness. That was kind of scary. But now back in action, and they'll lead him with Irvin Johnson on the bench. Reggie Lewis again has 8 points.
See, whenever you play the Lakers, you can launch all those jump shots. If you hit them, it's great. But if you miss them, you have the long rebound, and the Lakers get out into transition. Now, here is a form of the half-court trap. They trapped one time. Now they just drop off and play you man-to-man.
Byron Scott, who had urinary bleeding and missed several games, just getting his strength back now. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who has really improved offensively lately in a big way with a sky hook, and the Lakers are up by 4. Dennis Johnson missed, and it's kept in by Parrish, who has 7. So Lewis and Parrish have 15 of the Celtics' 17 points. Looking for Kareem. With a fake and another hook. And they'll call a loose ball foul against Boston.
What we're seeing in the early part of this game so far is that AC Green has been able to keep everything alive for the Lakers on the board. Now here we have Dennis Johnson on a nice move. Here comes Parrish, and we said at the top, if the Celtics are going to get it done today, when they miss, Parrish and McHale must get on the offensive board.
James Worthy misses the shot. Lewis had committed the foul, and the Celtics moving it up again quicker than maybe they have in recent years. Foul as the entry pass comes into Parrish, and Worthy gets hit with it.
I'm very impressed with the quickness that the Celtics have displayed in the early part of this game. They are running the ball right back at the Lakers. There's Jimmy Rogers, and he knows that this is a gamble, but if you're going to do it, put in this type of an offense while you're out on the road, run out the kinks, and when you get home, then you're dynamite.
Haynes with a great pass inside to Robert Parrish. Haynes, who now is in the backup role with the rookie Shaw starting, has replaced Shaw at guard for Boston. Worthy strong across the hoop. Ball ends up in his hands. Parrish commits the foul with 3:53 remaining in the first period.
Now here we have the real nice move by Ainge. Now watch the bounce pass right here on it wasn't a pick and roll, it's a center moving without the ball.
Worthy is on the free throw line. He's been virtually unstoppable. He has averaged over 30 points a game in the last 3. So he has filled a scoring void with Magic out of there. And as Hubie mentioned, they need Cooper's point guard skills. Michael Thompson will replace A.C. Green. So Thompson, in a forward position, has been mostly a backup for Kareem at center this year.
He is the great ambassador.
Bermuda.
Yes.
Wants to be prime minister, I guess, someday.
Well, he's the jokester. He keeps everyone loose, but he really has a total picture. He's very focused.
Free throw by James Worthy. He makes them both. It's 21-19 Los Angeles. Rebounds are all even, and the score practically tied as well. Thompson is guarding McHale. Most of the time, McHale has been double teamed. It's been tough for him this year with Bird out of there. And Lewis with a drive. Nice shot by Reggie Lewis. Looks like he's headed for stardom, and he's in double figures.
Every player, every coach of the Celtics, very, very impressed with his development.
Cooper misses a 3.
See, what Reggie Lewis gives you is a player that can put the ball on the floor and create opportunities for everyone else when your offense is bogged down.
They hope Larry Bird comes back. They originally thought March the 1st, but maybe the middle of March, and there was a backdoor play, a great pass from Parrish to Ainge.
That was beautiful because Danny Ainge never gave up. He kept moving, knowing that Parrish would make the key bounce pass.
And the Celtics enjoying their first lead of the ball game with under 3 minutes to go in the first period. Byron Scott ties the score. The Celtics have come out of the gate very well, despite the fact that they have a 23-26 record. Their problems have come in the second half, and more importantly, in the fourth quarter.
Well, everything is a stamina situation with them. Their key people must give them big minutes against the good teams on the road. There's your second shot.
And McHale draws the foul, so that's exactly what McHale and Parrish can do for him.
You know, Dick, here we have Robert Parrish. Now watch Ainge in the left side of your screen here. He'll just keep moving without the ball. He'll keep moving, and eventually he will get himself open, and then the pass will be made by Robert Parrish. All right, here we have the exhaustion of the play, and here you have Danny never giving up, but a key pass splitting the people beautifully by Robert.
When you fly in United, you're probably not aware of the 60,000 professionals working to make your trip easy, or the way our new advanced terminals speed you on your way. Just as when you use the American Express card, you're not really thinking about all the services that make frequent business flyers rated best for travel and entertainment. You don't notice these things because they're there, but you would notice them if they weren't.
The product, the proving grounds, the results. STP gas treatment is the edge.
I'd rather switch than itch, so I switched to Tegrin.
Tegrin medicated shampoo controls all the major causes of itching and flaking, so Tegrin is more than strong enough for tough dandruff like yours.
Wouldn't you rather switch than itch?
You don't have to buy a sports car to get a 5-speed transmission, power steering, AM/FM stereo cassette, fuel-injected engine, anti-lock rear brakes, 6-year, 60,000-mile powertrain warranty. How do you get all this for under $10,000? Simple. You buy this newly designed Ford Ranger XLT with all these sports car features, plus a really big trunk.
Get 4.9% financing or up to $750 cash bonus on 89 Rangers.
Two men in love with the same woman, but when she falls prey to the enemy,
Why'd you leave her alone for in the first place?
rivalry takes a backseat to a new kind of fear. Tour of Duty, Tuesday.
So Bird and Magic out of action, and this is what their teams have done career-wise when they've been out. Now, Bird, as you know, had surgery on both feet, played only 6 games. He had hoped to make this Western trip. He hasn't done so. He has not worked with the team, only as an individual basis, and maybe mid-March. They're not sure about him. Magic Johnson, well, he has the slight tear in the hamstring. Hubie, he's improving. He ran in practice yesterday, but no cutting. Maybe the end of this next week he'll come back.
Oh, they're looking for him, and he's more optimistic, naturally, because he's coming back in just a few days. But when you think of Magic, we're talking about a guy who's on his way to a possible MVP type of a season. He's giving you 38 minutes, major production at 23 points a game, and right there in assists with 12. He's second in the league. And this year, the elevation of taking the last shot, the premier guy that they're going to.
Michael Thompson committed the foul on McHale before we made the break.
An interesting statement that McHale made about Larry Bird.
There's Woolridge.
You know, we talked about how effective is it? Well, he's accustomed to Bird being the feeder to him in the low post game. And not only was Larry the threat of the three-point shot, but Kevin said anytime you move, the pass was perfectly delivered to you.
With all the three-point shooting and the scoring, the passing of Larry Bird, that's been the big asset. Huh?
That's what they all talk about.
Orlando Woolridge, you saw, has come in the ball game. Michael Thompson can't go baseline. It's still going to be Laker ball. They'll have 5 seconds to try a shot. So in the game is Worthy, Michael Thompson, and Woolridge up front, and Scott and Cooper, the starting guards in the backcourt. Scott, short. Rebound by McHale. 25-23 Boston. They have the ball. Winding down to 2 minutes to go in the opening stanza. Ainge with a fake and gives the Celtics a 4-point lead.
See, that's what the threat of the three-point shot does. Danny's one of the best in the league. You must run at them. You cannot give an uncontested three. They give you the head fake, and they step inside.
Worthy guarded by McHale. Lakers already in the penalty. Celtics have not committed more than 1 foul thus far, but Worthy on a turnaround has his 10th point.
The difference in the defenses is that the Celtics are trying to play you one-on-one, and the Lakers are given double coverage on McHale and Parrish. Big difference here now.
Danny Ainge, who already with 6 off the bench, 1:25 remaining in the first period. Lewis is guarding Woolridge.
So you see there's no double team on Worthy. It's a late one. They're just trying to run the clock down a little bit. See, that's the damage. With Cooper and Byron Scott in there, it's the threat of the three-point shot.
That was a 2-point basket by Michael Cooper that time. 1 minute to go, 29-27 the Celtics. In this entire road trip where they've lost 3 games, they have come out strong in each one of them. Parrish with a high arcing shot. There's McHale with the follow-up, and he tips it in with 49 seconds to go.
See, McHale and Parrish are always dangerous on the offensive board because even if you block them out, it's the length of their arms and their size. They can rebound over the back of you.
13 on the shot clock. Worthy to the hoop. McHale, good defense on James Worthy, and the rebound by Robert Parrish. A half a minute to go and 19 on the shot clock as the Celtics now set up the play. Celtics have yet to beat a winning team on the road this year. They are 5-18 away from home. They have struggled in a big way. 5 on the shot clock. McHale doubled. Tries to draw the foul, gets the basket, beating Thompson.
He's the best in the league with his back to the basket. He has so many moves.
Boston has opened up a 6-point lead after the Lakers led by 5, and a steal by Parrish with 2 seconds to go. And that'll do it. But Jimmy Rogers has to feel very nice about the first period of play, which shows Boston with a 10-4 run toward the end of the first period with the lead.
With its 24-valve V6 engine, double overhead cams, and 220 horsepower, the new Ford Taurus SHO isn't for everyone. In fact, only a select number will experience this sport interior and performance suspension. The new limited production Ford Taurus SHO. Power in the hands of a fortunate few.
Have you driven a Ford lately?
Some things in this world just can't be explained. The energy wave from Converse. Cons give you the power of the wave.
Well, I was worried about my hair because I participate in a lot of sports. I have to shampoo every day. And a lot of times I'll shampoo 2-3 times a day. And I worried till I used my daughter's Johnson's baby shampoo.
Johnson's cleans hair clean, leaves hair healthy looking, no matter how much you shampoo.
My hair feels clean using Johnson's baby shampoo, and it feels healthy. And those are the important things to me.
The more you shampoo, the more you need Johnson's.
So, hey, I think I'm doing the right thing for my hair.
What's it take to be a most valuable player?
Taken by Magic. Magic in deep. Finger rolls it up. It's good!
It takes drive, determination, and a lot of team spirit. It's that same team spirit that makes the designated driver a most valuable player. So before you go to a game, choose a designated driver, someone you can count on to get you home safely. That's who gets my vote as most valuable player.
The designated driver, someone people really look up to.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Basketball Association is sponsored by Plymouth and the 9 most important words Plymouth knows. Valvoline Motor Oil. People who know use Valvoline. And by 7-Up. Cool me down, 7-Up.
Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown and Pat O'Brien here at the Forum at Inglewood, California, where the Boston Celtics, with a very fine offensive first period, leading the world champion Celtics. And they have shot extremely well. Reggie Lewis is the leading scorer for the Boston Celtics, and James Worthy for the Lakers. In their previous meeting at Boston Garden, the Celtics won 110-96. It was the 3rd lowest offensive output of the year for the Lakers, and their worst shooting game at under 40%.
Well, anytime that you have a high shooting percentage, you normally are out on the fast break getting easy layups. Now, the Celtics are not doing that. Well, the other area that you get it in then is on second shot field goals, because you get the rebound, you put it back up, you're usually within 6 feet, and they're doing that today.
Brad Lohaus, the 7-footer in his second year, who's been a disappointment in his sophomore season, has come in now, and for the Lakers, David Rivers, their only draft pick, the rookie from Notre Dame, playing point guard. Aggressive defense by the Lakers with 8 on the shot clock. Danny Ainge finds an opening, feeds Parrish, and Kareem hacked it.
In the early going, I'm very impressed with the beautiful delivery of the bounce pass and that off of penetration by the Celtics. Whether it's been Parrish, whether it's Danny Ainge, they're finding the free man who's moving without the ball. Now, if you're Jimmy Rogers and you're coaching in this game, you're happy about that because you are getting total movement. But like he said to us yesterday, on this trip, they've been doing this for 3 quarters, but they've been running out of gas. So the pressure, he said, is on us to give 45 to 48 minutes.
Well, McHale and Parrish have to be strong at the end of the game, and that's why Lohaus is in for McHale early to give him a breather, because that's one of the reasons why they collapse at the end.
And that's why they're in this half-court trap. It's a 1-3-1.
Scott misses from the corner. Michael Thompson battling Reggie Lewis, and it's going to be Lakers ball. David Rivers, as we mentioned, in the game, getting a chance to play as a backup now that Cooper is starting with Irvin Magic Johnson hurt. Guarded by Brian Shaw, the rookie. 2 rookies going at each other. 10 on the clock. Woolridge. Blocked by Reggie Lewis on a fine play. 3 on the clock. David Rivers will have to shoot from the baseline. Credit Reggie Lewis with disrupting the Laker offense. Now Boston running. Ainge again. Try to throw it in the crowd. Picked off. 3-on-1 break. Rivers feeds Woolridge.
See, that's what we mean by transition defense. If you're going to turn the ball over at your offensive end of the floor, everyone must react quickly and stop the penetration at the other end.
Parrish with a left-handed hook misses. Michael Thompson the rebound. 5-point lead for the Celtics. Rivers setting up, calling the play. Got a lot more confidence now. He's been around the circuit one time. Worked to build up the upper body thanks to Gary Beatty, the trainer. Woolridge strong to the hoop, blocked. Parrish got a piece of it with help from Lojas. Celtics inner defense has been strong. Fake on Michael Thompson. Parrish will go to the line. That was a quick move by Robert.
Well, that's one of Robert's pet moves. He'll turn and he'll give you that eyes like he's going to go for the jump shot and then step down inside of you, and he never puts the ball on the floor. Because he has that beautiful hook shot, he's a real threat going to the basket.
Foul was on David Rivers, his first. A lot of people felt that Robert Parrish should have been in the All-Star game. He certainly had the credentials for that. And because of the vote, Moses Malone was the top vote getter, and Patrick Ewing and Doherty were added, but certainly Parrish deserved All-Star consideration.
Well, I don't think that you can find many people who will, differ with you on that point. The points are there. The field goal percentage, he's second in the league. The rebounding, he's second in the league in rebounding. All of the stats are coming up big.
Worthy with 10 points replaces Byron Scott. There's the trap again by Boston. Barely 2 minutes gone by, second period.
See, now they'll match up man-to-man.
Kareem. No sky hook. The rebound. Woolridge. And he's fouled. You know, Hubie, a lot of people have said that Woolridge, when he gets the ball, doesn't look to pass, and he goes up. And I asked him at practice yesterday, and he said, my job is to create, not look. He says, they want me for the score.
Well, he is a scorer, and he's done it all throughout his career.
The Madness, coming in March. There's a motor oil that advertises world-class protection. Impressive. But Valvoline is recommended by name in the owner's manuals of these world-class cars. The other motor oil is not. Whatever you drive, Valvoline makes the highest quality motor oil recommended by any car manufacturer. Around the world, people who know use Valvoline.
Introducing the new 1990 Plymouth Laser RS Turbo. To have 190 horsepower. To go 0 to 60 in 6.6 seconds. To make car and drivers 10 best before the first one was sold takes a world beater. A world beater to satisfy the customer. The all-new Plymouth Laser RS Turbo proves the 9 most important words Plymouth knows.
12-hour shift on a one-way street. Can't make a stand when you're dead on your feet. Gotta break the fever, gotta chill this heat. Cool me down.
Taylor, you're working with Jackson this afternoon.
Cool me down, 7-Up. Cool me down, 7-Up. Cool me down, 7-Up. Cool me down, 7-Up. Cool me down.
Jackson, eh?
Cool me down, 7-Up.
On the sequence, we have Danny Ainge with the basketball. He's going to dribble and get caught behind the backboard. That's a no-no because the only thing you can do once you leave your feet is to pass the ball. Now, please watch the lack of these three players reacting to the turnover into transition defense. Now, here we have Ainge going to the basket. You'll see he's behind the board. Kareem does a good job keeping him back. There's your turnover. Now, the only player to react here is Reggie Lewis coming back. And you see the quickness that the Lakers have with this unit. There is no way. That's called poor transition defense.
Woolridge on the line. Brad Lojas committing the foul, and Orlando makes the free throw. He's added firepower off the bench, and Lakers have always been looking for an offensive man since they had McAdoo several years ago to give them some scoring off the pine. 36-31 Celtics, 9:45 to go first half. Thompson has McHale way out there, double teamed with Woolridge. 8 on the shot clock. Lojas going strong to the hoop. That's the thing he hasn't done in his second year. But there's Parrish. Lakers come out of the pack with it. Can cut the lead to 3. Rivers hits the basket.
See, right now the Celtics have a problem. When you have Lojas, Parrish, and McHale, you have 3 guys over 6'10" on your front line. They need the 3rd guy back defensively, and that's not happening.
Parrish going into the hoop, blocked by Woolridge, stripped from the ball. Here's Rivers against the 7-footer Lojas, and he's fouled, and they'll call offensive foul against David Rivers.
Well, David Rivers is really shaken up there. He was taken hard to the floor that time by Lojas. Our angle, it looked like there was a definite body contact. Now watch Lojas come into your screen here for the block. See, he's up high enough. Okay, so he catches him right across the arm there, right across the wrist action.
But you know, McHale didn't get much of a rest, and Parrish hasn't gotten any rest so far, Hubie, and this has been the problem for the Celtics.
Yeah, but you must establish your game, and that's what I like about the Celtics so far today. They are establishing a good half-court offense.
Ames missing a 3, and now the Lakers trailing by 3 themselves. Lakers trying to break a 2-game losing streak here at the Forum. Shaw staying with Rivers. 7 on the clock. Looping into Thompson. Went back door on a feed for Woolridge.
Jimmy Rogers wants a timeout right now. They want to talk things over, but the club is just moving.
McHale on the baseline.
That's that great, quick jump shot that he has, the jump hook.
For McHale. That's the first Boston field goal of the period. Lojas the rebound. 38-35 the Celtics. They led by 6 after 1 period of play. Another bounce pass, and it was Shaw on the receiving end of Danny Ainge.
See, the thing I like about Shaw and Lewis, 2 young players, they never stop running. And if you will do that at the offense of the floor, you'll create many opportunities for yourself.
Loose ball and a steal by Shaw with 7:35 to go. There's the running game, and Shaw goes in, blocked by Woolridge, his second of the game. McHale. The Celtics have beaten the Lakers once this year, and they're leading here 42-35. They're up by 7 points, matches their biggest of the game, and a timeout call.
You know, sometimes it's always best not, when you do call a timeout, you don't get it as a coach.
I was lucky. I was 6'10" and good at basketball, so I got a scholarship. But like a lot of black kids, without a scholarship, I couldn't have afforded college, which is why Miller Lite and the NBA have co-founded the Thurgood Marshall Fund, the first fund created to improve public black colleges and help finance their students. So any kid who wants a good education can get one, even if they don't grow up to be 6'10".
Support the Thurgood Marshall Fund, because a future should be something everyone can afford.
Introducing the all-new Plymouth Acclaim. To have fuel-injected power, available room for 6, over 50 standard features. To combine the best of all worlds takes a world beater. A world beater to satisfy the customer. The new Plymouth Acclaim proves the 9 most important words Plymouth knows.
Imagine if there were virtually no limits to how large your company could grow and still communicate effectively. Imagine being able to protect your communications investment, even as you expand and expand and expand. AT&T introduces Definity 7585, a new communication system so advanced it is literally impossible to outgrow.
Number 1, with a bullet, the hottest team in the NBA, the Cleveland Cavaliers host the Rockets on President's Day.
In order to excel in the post era in the NBA, you must have a number of moves. The best is Kevin McHale. Any player can catch the ball in the NBA and throw a fadeaway jump shot and never be in rebounding position. But when you beat the double team, you'll see Kevin take a quick jump hook. Now, once the player gets double teamed, he wants to split it with what we call an up and under move. Then, so that you do not just do one move when you get double teamed, we have Kevin taking a baseline move, coming back for the fingertip. No one in this league does it better than Kevin McHale.
You'll see Kevin right here. See, he beats the double team with the quick jump hook, one of his many, many moves.
The Celtics have to rely on their post-up game and their boards, and right now their starting front court has outscored the Lakers starting forwards 32-18. And that's the key reason why they have a 42-35 lead. Lakers calling the timeout, now coming back with it with 7:10 to go in the half. Double on Worthy momentarily. Lewis against Worthy is fouled by Reggie Lewis.
See, early in the game, it was interesting to see that the Celtics had Kevin McHale matched up on Worthy. But this is a tough cover now. Reggie Lewis on Worthy is a difficult ploy because Kevin McHale is one of the best defensive forwards we've ever had in the NBA. And Reggie Lewis, this is tough for him because of Worthy's quickness.
Now, McHale commits the foul, not Lewis, as Worthy misses the first free throw. But Lewis has shown quickness. So where is the quickness a factor in that matchup?
Well, because, you see, Kevin McHale, even though he's not as quick, can step back off of Worthy because of the length of his arms and the fact that he's 6'11".
I'll accept that. 42-36 Boston. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. Kareem following McHale, roaming way out. Lojas. The one thing Lojas has had as a 7-footer is a touch from outside. Not that time. Scott comes right back. And it's a 4-point game again.
Brian Shaw gives the Celtics penetration, good leadership. He's 6'6", so he can see into the post-up people. And then he's an excellent defensive player.
Dennis Johnson with a fall away. Lojas and McHale playing volleyball with it. Comes out of the hands of Scott. Rivers hits the basket. Yesterday in practice, Bill Burke and Randy Funn, the two assistant coaches, must have fed Rivers 50 times for jumpers at the end of the regular workout.
Well, he's getting that shot, and if you notice, in all of the transitions so far in this game, the foul line area is open. Drive the ball to the foul line, stop, and then take the shot.
McHale's practically mugged in there, and on the tip ball, Worthy from Stockton. 7 straight run off by the Lakers, and they've come back to tie it up. And a timeout, Boston. They were all over McHale, and an alert play by Scott.
This is one of the very few uncontested transition layups. But I'll tell you, it's impressive.
Pure, genuine, never heat pasteurized. A beer that's made unlike any other, cold filtered to give you the rich, smooth taste of real draft beer. That's the mark of a great beer. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. It's as real as it gets.
Attention, all men with noses. Introducing Schick Slim Twin Disposable. It's 28% slimmer than Good News to give you a close shave even in hard-to-reach places. New Schick Slim Twin, preferred by men who have noses.
Just how orange does Minute Maid Orange taste? Minute Maid Orange. It's the orange in diet, too.
Harry and I ran track together 30 years ago. And when I take pictures with a friend like Harry, I look for the Kodak Color Watch seal for great developing. The Kodak Color Watch system. You're going to thank me for it. Come on, Harry. I'll race you to the car. Slow, really. Slow.
5:45 till halftime. What's coming up at the half? Let's check in now with Pat O'Brien. Pat?
All right, Dick, thank you very much. Coming up on the Prudential at the half, we'll fire up the scoreboard. There's lots of sports news going on today, and we'll get you up to date on all that's happening. We'll hear from James Brown as the Cleveland Cavaliers continue to roll in the East and get ready to meet Houston tomorrow. And the big deal was a big deal. Dantley for Aguirre. The dust hasn't settled yet on that one. We'll have all that plus much more at a familiar place. The Prudential at the half. See you then.
All right, Pat, thank you very much. And the Lakers are locked in the toughest division fight that they've experienced in at least 5 years. They have a one-game lead over the Phoenix Suns, who are an incredible story this year, and a tight division and conference race, Hubie.
The only negative that you see in Phoenix is the fact that they have to make up 4 road games with the Lakers, and it's so difficult to win in this league on the road.
Lakers are in Sacramento tomorrow, then have to go to Utah, so they have a tough week themselves. 5.5 to play in the opening half. 42 all the score. 6 ties in the game. McHale off the glass. He's come out strong and has 12 points.
That's that up and under move. It's called a step through. You're going to try to split the double team. Beautifully executed.
You can see when Larry Bird is in the lineup how tough it is to play all those people. Scott gets his own rebound. High arcing shot over the 7-footer Lojas. 11 for Byron Scott. He's second to Worthy's 13.
Hey, listen, he just shot that from behind the backboard, and you just took it for granted.
Lewis comes back with a jump shot. 46-44 Boston. There's a looping pass into Green. Collision with Lewis, and here comes the Celtics. McHale going in against Scott, and will be called for the offensive foul. Good call against Kevin McHale.
Well, he dropped his shoulder into the defensive man as he came across. You know, usually when 2 big players have a collision like that, they'll never make that call. But it was on a guard, and it knocked the guard to the floor.
Robert Parrish is back in the game for the Celtics. So the front court has Lewis, McHale, and Parrish. They're starting front court. It was last touched by the Celtics. It'll be Laker ball.
That's a very nice defensive play. Reggie Lewis gambled by reaching in before Worthy could get that ball up above his letters.
Brian Shaw all over Scott right now. 8 on the shot clock. Shaw will help Lewis and double Worthy. Open man is Scott. That's what he does so well. Goes in, but the ball knocked away, and the 24-second clock buzzer went off, but we had a foul before the clock went out, and it's against Shaw.
That was excellent penetration that time. As the pass was made out of with the Worthy double team, Scott, nice head fake, put the ball down hard. And what I liked about the Celtic defense that time, everyone rotated to the ball. There were 3 guys on that play.
Third team foul against Boston. The Lakers have committed 1, and Byron Scott on the free throw line.
Byron, one of the best free throw shooters in the league. He's in 8th place right now, shooting 89% on the line.
And it was fortunate for the Lakers that he came back at the time that Magic Johnson went out, because it really would have been rough for them to lose both of their starting guards.
Well, then they would have had to play with Rivers and a rookie, or, which we'll probably see today, James Worthy at second guard.
Here's the Laker trap. We've seen Boston with their trap defensively. McHale, quick fire from the corner. Rebound by James Worthy. 46 all. 4 minutes to go. Lakers looking for the lead again. Worthy, great pass inside to Michael Thompson for the Laker lead and a foul. It'll be on Parrish, his second.
Now watch as the cutter comes from the right side of your screen. The Lakers are really excellent at, once the ball goes in on one side of the lane, of cutting 2 people on the opposite side to keep your defense honest.
Thompson misses the free throw. Again, the Laker trap. Dennis Johnson finds Shaw.
See, what the trap does, it puts you into situations and areas of the floor that you're not accustomed to being in at the offensive end of the court.
Dennis Johnson uses his body, gets the basket, and draws the foul. Only the second basket of the game for the veteran Dennis Johnson, who's been bothered with all sorts of ailments. And he'll go to the line to try to complete the 3-point play.
Well, Dennis is ending up here on the one negative part of the trap. Whenever a shot goes up, all 5 guys must rotate into the defensive rebounding position because no one has a definite man to block out. So you just cannot say someone else is going to pick up that defensive rebound.
Michael Thompson with his second personal foul. Team fouls show the Celtics with 4, the Lakers with 3 in this period, with 3:24 remaining. Second quarter.
Roll it, roll it. Roll it, roll it.
Scott picked up by Parrish on the switch. Open is Cooper. Inside the three-point line, buries it. And the Lakers are up by 1.
Well, if the Lakers are going to have their day, Scott and Cooper must keep them honest with that good perimeter basketball, because then the Laker quickness underneath you will definitely hurt.
Parrish against Green. Cooper filling the lane is Green on the left side. Worthy down the middle. Worthy quickly doubled. Celtics rotating nicely. Green has his shot blocked. They had both Lewis and McHale inside. Here's Shaw, open court. Celtics regain the lead by 1. Brian Shaw with 4 points, but as Hubie mentioned, he and Lewis, they had a lot of youth and speed to this Celtic offense.
Well, Shaw wants to have a good day. He played his basketball right up the road here in University of California, Santa Barbara.
And he said he used to play his conference games here, but this is a special day. The Forum in Inglewood, California. The NBA on CBS. The Celtics leading the Lakers 51-50. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown. Kevin McHale has just picked up his 3rd personal foul, so that's a problem for the Celtics right now as Danny Ainge gets set to come back in. Green with the free throw. McHale is going to leave.
Now this is really interesting.
Regard.
Because they're going to play Reggie Lewis at big forward and then probably move Dennis Johnson up front defensively. So this now you have 2 minutes and 11 seconds to try to get away with this kind of a unit. But if they can get into that half-court trap, then you can camouflage the fact of your lack of height.
It is a very small team. Not as small as Golden State, mind you, but
no, you're right.
Parrish is the only big man in there. 3 guards, Reggie Lewis and Parrish. Ainge finds Parrish. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half, and the ball is tipped up and in. Celtics get the basket. Brian Shaw gets credit.
Well, they've been impressed. Here's the trap now. Jimmy Rogers put this in to take advantage of when he would lose either a McHale or a Parrish.
Scott with a 2-point-3. They made it a 3-point basket, and that's his 2nd 3-pointer of the game. The Lakers are up by 2. Less than a minute and a half to play in the opening half, and tied up on a great drive by Dennis Johnson. No Bird and no Magic, but this is quite a game we have here at the Forum. Scott gets the basket and the foul. And this crowd, and they're not always into it here, but they're very much into it today.
It's still the Lakers and the Celtics, no matter how you cut that, right?
3 on Parrish.
If you're coaching Boston today and you're going with a small unit and you're matched up man-to-man, you've got to be on your player and tell them, listen, the one thing we cannot afford is to get beaten off the dribble. If we get beaten off the dribble, now they're going to be down inside of us. They're going to hurt us on the board even if they miss the shot. So please keep your guys outside.
Celtics have a big problem because both McHale and Parrish are saddled with 3 personal fouls. Danny Ainge hits from outside, and the Lakers lead by 1 with a minute to go. But McHale and Parrish in foul trouble here in the first half. Green challenges Parrish, and Parrish couldn't challenge him. Otherwise, he would have picked up number 4.
That's the old story. A smart player, A.C. Green, going in there and dropping his shoulder and taking it right at the Chief.
The Chief had that pass from Shaw deflected. The Lakers with a 3-point lead. Scott going in strong. They're trying to take advantage of Boston foul trouble. Shaw against Cooper. Lost the fight. And the Lakers with 22 seconds, 17 on the shot clock, lead by 3.
Worthy post and Dennis Johnson down inside. Dennis fronting him. Boy, this is some battle.
5 seconds on the clock. Worthy got past, but blocked by Parrish. Worthy wanted a foul. 1 second to go, and that'll do it in a fine played first half.
What a half.
A great half. Magic Johnson's Lakers have the lead, but it's a tough fight, and that's the end of the first half with the score. The Lakers 60, the Celtics 57. Pat O'Brien will return with the Prudential at the half after this message.
Attention all men with noses. Introducing Schick Slim Twin Disposable. It's 28% slimmer than Good News to give you a close shave even in hard-to-reach places. New Schick Slim Twin, preferred by men who have noses.
There's a motor oil that says it's engineered for today's smaller cars, like sports cars. But is that motor oil the first choice of the members of the Sports Car Club of America? No. Valvoline is the first choice of the members of the Sports Car Club of America. Valvoline makes the highest quality motor oil recommended by any automobile manufacturer. People who know use Valvoline.
You know, some things in life are as inevitable as the tide. I always thought there really wasn't anything I could do about my hair loss, until I talked to my doctor. He diagnosed my problem. We talked about the treatment options. It's good to have the medical facts. And the fact is, there may be some hope for me.
See your doctor if you're concerned about hair loss.
Win a free room at Holiday Inn. We're giving away thousands of rooms, and you may be a winner. Just call 1-800-HOLIDAY for reservations, and you could win a room on the house. Be sure to mention this offer when you call. Call 1-800-HOLIDAY now.
The rites of spring. Into the future, the standard has been set for quality and consistency. When you look for champions, you look to CBS Sports.
CBS Sports presents the Prudential at the half. Sponsored by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the Rock.
Well, we can't tell you the score of that volleyball game, but two old friends are battling it out in the Forum, and the Lakers lead the Boston Celtics 60-57. And hi again, everybody. I'm Pat O'Brien, and once again, welcome to the Prudential at the half. We'll get to that Mark Aguirre for Adrian Dantley trade news in due time, but there's lots going on right now, including a heck of a game going on in Milwaukee right now. The Bucks lead the Chicago Bulls 93-92 in the fourth period. Bill Cartwright had to sit out this game because he's nursing a leg injury, actually a calf injury, not at all serious, but he was out. Dave Corzine filled in at the center position, and big time, 11 first-half points, a season high so far at 16. The Bucks came back with Terry Cummings has 14 points in the third quarter. He scoops it in, and the Bucks lead by one, 93-92. In college basketball, Missouri beat Nebraska 79-63. Missouri holds on now to a 15-game home streak win. North Carolina and Maryland, 86-75. J.R. Reed had 17 points and 9 rebounds for the Tar Heels. A wild one in Indiana this afternoon as Indiana beat Michigan 76-75. Now, Michigan coach Bill Frieder has to wonder what you have to do to win in Indiana. The Hoosiers trailing 75-73. Jay Edwards hits a three-pointer at the buzzer, and Bobby Knight celebrates. Edwards, by the way, had 23 on the day, and as we say, a wild one in the Big Ten this afternoon. Here's something you haven't seen for a while. These two teams have not met since 1978. Notre Dame beat Houston 89-80. Joe Frederick of Notre Dame had 25 points. He was the high scorer of the game. And a game going on right now in the first half. Temple leads UNLV 22-19. Well, Moving on to NASCAR news, and earlier today here on CBS, they finished up what turned out to be a wild weekend of racing. In Daytona, the 500 was run today and won by Darrell Waltrip. He got the checkered flag at a speed of 148.466. His first Daytona win in 17 tries. Ken Schrader came in second. Well, it is a long weekend, and we haven't forgotten about you tomorrow, a special President's Day NBA matchup as the Houston Rockets go into Richfield to meet the surprising Cleveland Cavaliers, who really are no longer surprising. This team is for real. James Brown has a report.
This is the Cleveland Cavaliers practice facility just upstairs from the playing floor here at the Richfield Coliseum. The Cavs are sporting the NBA's best record and maintained that momentum last night. The Cavaliers ran their home record to 23-2 by soundly beating the Philadelphia 76ers. And their continued success this season has moved them among the elite teams in the NBA.
Starting to realize that it's getting difficult. And we still thought we were a couple seasons away from being a very good basketball team, and here we are pressed into this situation where everyone's coming after us, so it's difficult, it's hard for us.
The revamped Houston Rockets find themselves sitting atop the Midwest Division, and after beating Dallas last night, come to Cleveland riding a 4-game win streak and fully aware of the challenge they face tomorrow.
The way they played in the playoff last year, you can tell what kind of team they're going to have this year. So I'm not surprised the kind of team and the kind of players, they have a lot of talent.
So tomorrow afternoon, it'll be a showdown between two surprising division leaders, each with very real championship hopes. In Richfield, Ohio, I'm James Brown for CBS Sports.
All right, JB, thank you. That game is tomorrow, President's Day at 1:30 Eastern. When we come back, this year's most talked about trade is still being talked about. The Aguirre for Dantley affair, as At the Half rolls on from Southern California after a commercial and a word from your local station.
Whoa! This is the valley, Rebecca. Here we can start our new life.
And with hard work, the land will give us all we need. Because this is home.
In the movies, happy endings are easy. But in the real world, it takes solid planning. So for financial security, peace of mind, and finding the home of your dreams, come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
Live Wednesday, it's music's biggest night. Who will win top honors for Record of the Year? The award for Best Pop Vocal Performance Male. The award for Best Country Vocal Performance Female. Join Whitney Houston, Steve Winwood, Anita Baker, The Judge, Jody Watley, host Billy Crystal, and more.
Can you dig that?
The Grammy Awards, live Wednesday.
I knew that you could.
This is CBS.
Dave Lennox, since 1895, hard at work with new ideas in heating and cooling. And now, with Lennox Plan Service, you can ensure your family's heating and cooling comfort year-round. Call your independent Lennox dealer today.
At William Brockman & Sons, we know that peace of mind and home comfort is important to you. With care and plan service, that's what we give you.
Lennox and William Brockman & Sons, the team that puts peace of mind and home comfort together for you. Call them today.
Attaboy, Dave.
Your Miami Valley Chevy dealers would like to present the facts on Chevy's '89 S10 pickup. Fact, Chevy S10 has the biggest standard engine in its class. Fact, with the optional 4.3-liter V6, Chevy S10 has more maximum horsepower than the standard-equipped full-size Ford. Fact, at a $73.74, Chevy S10 EL is the lowest price pickup in America. And now through March 6th, get 4.9% financing or up to $750 cash back. The fact is, this Chevy S10 is one truck you can't afford to pass up. See your nearest Miami Valley Chevy dealer today.
Your line's been busy. Would you hang up the phone? Because we've been trying to call you to tell you all about this special offer from Ohio Bell. Because now you can save the $9.25 connection charge on call waiting, call forwarding, speed calling, and three-way calling. So you'll never have to miss an important call, like this one, again. So please, call Ohio Bell at 1-800-282-3300, extension 555. We'd call you, but you're impossible to get a hold of.
Offer ends February 28th.
Hello? It's for me.
The Judge, weekday afternoons at 4 on Television 7.
Anytime the Boston Celtics and the Los Angeles Lakers get together under any conditions, it's a big deal here in Los Angeles. The Lakers lead 60-57 in a sold-out forum, 17,505. Well, the big trade finally happened this week, and for a while, everybody was happy. for a while. Mark Aguirre went from Dallas to Detroit. Adrian Dantley went from Detroit to Dallas. Well, kind of. He was traded, but he hasn't shown up yet. So as it turned out, the most talked about trade of the season lived up to its reputation. Last night, Aguirre made his debut in a Pistons uniform, 8 points off the bench before fouling out. The Warriors beat the Pistons in OT. Meantime, the Mavericks were burned by the team they're trying to catch in the Midwest Division, the Houston Rockets. A no-show, their newest acquisition, Adrian Dantley, whose locker is waiting. On Wednesday, the deal was finally consummated between the teams. Besides the two superstars, there were other draft picks involved. On Friday, we met with the key principals to discuss this trade.
Well, we gave up a bit more. We gave up a #1 draft choice along with Adrian Dantley, and we have the second best record in the league right now, and we made a change. That's a dramatic trade.
Mark was not playing at the level we knew he was capable of playing. For whatever reason, he chose not to be happy, and happiness is a choice. And I wish he was happy, because I happen to like him very much, and I wish it would have worked out better for everyone. But the fact of the matter is this: the chemistry, it wasn't clicking.
The first pick, first round, Dallas, Mark Aguirre of DePaul.
Since he was drafted by the Mavs, he has been involved in run-ins with the team's coaches and especially the media. It seemed a cloud of controversy always hung over him.
I'm glad it finally happened because apparently Mark didn't want to be here any longer with the Mavericks, and you know, we just want somebody in here who's going to do the job night after night, not somebody who's going to come one night and then maybe take a night off and then come back again.
In Dallas, I was under a situation where I was looked to do a lot of things, and being a basketball player, that's a lot of pressure for an individual. When the Pistons looked at me as a basketball player, they were implanting my talents into their scheme of things. So I just play basketball.
There have been bruised feelings throughout this deal and allegations that Isaiah helped engineer the trade.
Mark Aguirre is a friend of mine, and I think if he wasn't a friend of mine, then people wouldn't necessarily make these assumptions.
Were you behind this trade?
No, Pat O'Brien, I was not.
Since the deal, Adrian headed home instead of to work. Yesterday, he worked out in Washington, D.C. The Mavericks are showing remarkable patience.
I would expect in the next 2-3 days that our owner and Adrian will be meeting, and hopefully right after that we'll be seeing him in uniform.
It is an expensive holdout for AD. They're withholding 1/82nd of his salary with each game. That's roughly $15,000 a game. AD's not talking to anybody, including the team. The league trading deadline, by the way, is this coming Thursday. When we come back, coming up, two guys who I wouldn't trade for anybody. Dick and Hubie, getting ready for the second half. I'm Pat O'Brien. Thank you for joining us on the Prudential at the Half. Enjoy the second half here on CBS.
The Prudential at the Half has been sponsored by the companies of the Prudential. Come to the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
I can feel it. Burning. Like a fire.
This is the entire contents of the two-bedroom home of Donna and Bill Hudson, and this is the truck they're going to move in. Now for the demonstration. Following the instructions in our mover's handbook, we're showing how to get all that stuff safely into the truck. And it's a cinch. Okay, guys, now it's your turn. Unload the truck. Move yourself with Ryder. We make the going easy.
Holly, didn't you see that sign? I can't even see out this windshield. Would these help? Of course they would.
Get $1 back on Anco winter blades. They prevent the buildup of ice and snow.
How's that, Holly? Much better. Now I can see the ski slope. Ski slope! Oh! Hold on! Oh! Holly, I didn't know you could slalom.
Anco winter blades to see your way clear.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Basketball Association is sponsored by Sharp Electronics. From sharp minds comes sharp products. Minute Maid Orange Soft Drink, the orange of the NBA. And by Jeep and Eagle, official vehicles of the NBA.
Well, the Lakers have the lead, and the Celtics have played awfully well, but it could be a tenuous situation for Boston because both Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish, who have played over 20 minutes in the first half, have 3 personal fouls, and the Lakers are always ready to explode in a game like this.
Yep, and also that Boston must take better care of the ball. Plus, they can't keep launching the long jump shots because with that comes the long rebound, and then there goes the fast break. Or the bad passes. There goes the fast break. So, like we keep saying, keep the game power struggle right down inside with McHale and with Parrish, and everything will be, you know, I would say in pretty good shape for Boston.
But they've been in this position before on the road trip, and they've been blown out late in the game. So they can't be comfortable, although it's better than being out of it right now. Lewis goes up and is fouled. Here are the statistics of note in the first half. Both teams shooting 49%. Good sign for Boston because otherwise those long rebounds and transition hoops will hurt them. They're dominating the starting front court scoring by 11 points. However, the Lakers are outrunning the Celtics to the tune of 16-6. Lewis, along with McHale and Parrish, have 12 points. Now Lewis has 14, and Byron Scott is the game's high scorer with 19 points. Lakers by 1. Opening minute here of the second half. Johnson is on Scott. Lewis is guarding Green. 2 veteran centers squaring off inside. McHale and Worthy. There's the skyhook short. Dennis Johnson. 3-on-3 right now. Shaw. McHale. Good pass back from Shaw.
That was a good pass back that time. Dennis Johnson almost intercepted it himself. Might have cost him 2.
Kareem again. Blocked by Parrish. So already, you know, the Lakers in the dressing room decided, let's go to the big guy early.
Well, if you're going to have Kareem in the game, you're going to go to him right away to establish a low post game, plus get him started and get the people revved here.
4 block shots already by Robert Parrish. An opening for Scott, and he handles it nicely. 21 for Byron Scott. He's having a big game.
Very impressed with him off the dribble today, Dick. He's been excellent getting into the lane area.
1-point Laker lead. And on the turnover, L.A. back. Protect the ball, Hubie. You just said it a moment ago. If Boston wants to stay in this game. On the double team. Good pass back from Scott to Cooper, and he hits a 3, but it was that extra pass that did it.
Before Michael Cooper stepped into the starting lineup, he was struggling as a shooter. But since he's been in here, getting the minutes in that, he's more comfortable, and he's really giving them major points.
Off the glass is Brian Shaw, you mentioned, from Cal Santa Barbara, and he has a lot of his friends from school here today.
Well, he's 4 for 10 from the field in this game.
Shaw and Johnson still under double figures. Worthy, double team. Here's Kareem. Green on the other side. Gets the hoop. Offensive rebounding for the Lakers, and they're up by 4.
Well, A.C. Green is starting off the second half just like the first half. He kept so many balls alive in that first 4 to 5 minute span.
After Magic Johnson, he's been the bellwether of the team, and he's added some moves to go along with that sheer effort that he gives you every game. Here's Reggie Lewis.
See, with Michael Cooper playing Reggie Lewis, Reggie has got to challenge him off the dribble. He can't just say, I'm going to keep taking jump shots.
Kareem, ball away. It'll go in. Abdul-Jabbar with 6 points. 69-6 for 3. The Lakers by 6. They had a 5-point lead early on, and then Boston held the lead most of the middle to first to second period, leading by as many as 7. Off the hands of Lewis. Out of bounds, Lakers ball. Cooper looking for Green, posting up against Reggie Lewis, and it works for the Lakers.
Yeah, they're going to a timeout right now. Smart move by Jimmy Rogers. He wants to stop the tempo right now and get this crowd out of the game.
Biggest lead for the Lakers, and you can see how quick this game can get away from you.
Eagle Summit's dual warranty in 20 words. Go.
Okay, 1 car, 2 warranties, 336 bumper to bumper, 770 powertrain. No other automaker in the world has it. Period.
When I say sharp.
Copiers.
When I say sharp.
Computers.
Sharp. When I say sharp, I mean
Calculators.
I mean
Fax machines.
I mean
Typewriters.
I mean business. When I say sharp, I mean business.
From sharp minds come sharp products.
When I say sharp, I mean business.
Mark and Brian, rockin' LA. It's another hot one out there. 98, 12 degrees and no relief in sight. It's hot.
Right now, the only thing that would taste better than a nice cold one is a cold filtered one.
Man, I could sure go for one of these.
Because if you want a beer whose rich, smooth draft taste hasn't been changed by heat pasteurization, we've got it down cold. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. It's as real as it gets.
We have a slightly revised forecast. It's cold. Go.
Design News says Eagle Premier breathes class. Its aerodynamic design combines European style with high-tech, resulting in
a great-looking car.
You've read it?
I wrote it.
Is this American who takes care of Guatemalan orphans the saint he would have you believe he is? Why don't you watch 60 Minutes tonight?
Here's the lineup next Saturday on CBS Sports. UNLV against LSU. 2 o'clock Eastern time, the Doral Ryder Open at 4 o'clock Eastern. Hubie, we got the details of that Dantley-Aguirre trade. Your opinion of that deal?
Well, both management and coaching staff seem to be very happy. Detroit gives away Adrian Dantley in a first, but they protected their first for the next 2 drafts. That draft pick is down the line. I think Adrian has the tougher job because without Tarpley down there, you know, Adrian will get the minutes and the shot opportunities, but he's going to have to carry a big load.
What about the chemistry situation where the Pistons had something going good with Dantley in there, coming within a game of winning the title last year, and now they have to fit a new man in there, even though he's a younger player?
Well, he is a scorer. He's a low post scorer. Plus, he's a three-point shooter from outside, and they are looking for a player to run that third lane for them on the break. But the word is chemistry. But they still have the ace in the hole, because if it didn't pan out in major production, you still have Dennis Rodman.
McHale, no basket, and he goes after Nunez on that one. The foul on Kareem Abdul-Jabbar before the shot. It'll be interesting to see what happens with Detroit the rest of the year.
Kareem got him coming over the top early that time. The whistle blew. Kevin wanted a continuation move.
71-63, the Lakers with an 8-point lead, their biggest of the game. 8:45 to go, third period, all over Robert Parrish. And double on McHale. Good rotation by the Lakers. Seem to be doubling everybody.
Yes, they are. They're doing a great job.
Shaw throws it in the crowd and returns it over. And a 2-on-1 break for the Lakers. Worthy to push, get the basket, and the foul.
And I'll tell you what, this could be... Right now, this will be interesting to see if they give them a deliberate foul. Oh, no, he didn't. They give it a continuation. Okay, it's a three-point play. Here's the turnover. You'll see once again, they keep you behind the backboard. And now, here's your break. Now, watch in the picture, he pushed right in the lower part of the back. Now, if they call that a deliberate foul, he would be shooting 2 foul shots and keep the ball on the side right now.
Brian Shaw with his second personal foul, and James Worthy, who's second to Scott's 21, looking for his 16th point of the game. Danny Ainge has checked in for the Celtics to try to stop the onslaught. 74-63, the Lakers by 11.
In this building, they can get away from you in such a hurry. You must really watch the clock.
Ainge in and out. Keep in mind, Parrish and McHale are playing with 3 personal fouls each. If they lose one of those guys, the Celtics are in deep, deep trouble. But, of course, they're veterans, and they know how to play with foul trouble. Kareem isolated against Parrish. Shaw out battles Green for the rebound. Good play by the rookie.
See, the difference in the halves, going back to that first quarter, is the fact that the Celtics are, one, turning the ball over, giving them transition, and then they're not getting that second shot off any misses that they did in the first quarter.
Chicago beats Milwaukee for the second time in a week, 108-106. 2 big wins for the Bulls. So the turnover on the travel. Scott. Byron Scott. And it's a 13-point lead, and it's gone from 3 to 13 in about 5 minutes. 11 straight points run off by the Lakers.
See, the Lakers are trapping so hard and so quick that they're taking Parrish and McHale out of their shot opportunities.
Lewis wide open underneath from Ames. For the Celtics, Lewis leads with 16, McHale 14, Parrish 12. 23 for Scott as the Lakers turn it over. Pat Riley hates it when they get sloppy like this.
Well, James is discouraged with himself there because he tried to catch that ball with one hand. You try never to do that because sometimes you cannot judge the rate of speed of the pass.
Quickly, they double McHale. Ames will draw the foul. You think McHale can't wait for Bird to come back?
Well, you see, when they pass it in, here's Pat Riley. He's a little discouraged with that. He didn't think that was a good call. But you see, when the pass goes into Kevin McHale, when you have Larry Bird making that pass or a Danny Ainge, the ball can come right back out to you, and you are a three-point threat. So the defense is really struggling of how hard they're going to double team and get caught out of position. But with Brian Shaw or Dennis Johnson, they are going to make them make that outside shot first. So that, like Kevin McHale says, what? Every time I turn around, there are 4 guys standing here.
He's been their leading scorer with Bird out of there. You saw Kareem with his 3rd personal foul. He's the first Laker to pick up 3. Here comes the skyhook. Ames. Celtics down by 10 points. Ames misses in the lane, and Green comes back. Lakers filling the lanes. Cooper going around Shaw. Oh, Worthy with the follow-up. James Worthy now with 18 points.
Is that impressive? You could hear the pop of the grab that time.
McHale down doubled with Scott. Kareem playing with 3 personal. Ainge inside hits Danny Ainge with 11 off the bench. He is the only Celtic to score off the bench in this game.
Well, they're doubling so hard on Parrish and McHale. They're pushing him out from the basket, and it's putting the primary pressure on the other 3 players for the Celtics to get it done.
And traveling call against Worthy, and Michael Thompson will come in for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Here you have the shot. Now watch Worthy come right down the middle with this great grab. Wow. Beautiful.
Celtics have not used much of their bench. Lojas very briefly. Akers for a moment, mostly Ames. It's been basically a 6-man array for Boston today. Lewis has it stripped away by Byron Scott. Gets it back from Cooper. Pulls up for a 3. Tipped up and in by James Worthy. He's all over the place. Scott and Worthy have 43 of the Lakers' 80 points, and a timeout called by Jimmy Rogers of Boston.
Give them their due. They're doing an excellent job following the shots.
The Madness, coming in March.
$177 horses give Comanche so much power, but it's the name Jeep that gives it so much pull.
Save up to $1,700 on select 1989 Jeep Comanches.
It seems like yesterday the Miller girls were in their strollers. Today things are changing. I'm State Farm Agent Dee Ray. After Shannon and Stephanie came along, the Millers needed our family insurance checkup. I showed them ways they could update their family coverage to cover their bigger family. Like every State Farm agent, I work with a family to help keep their insurance up to date. Keeping up with the girls, that's their job.
And like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Just how orange does Minute Maid orange taste?
Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack.
Stockton and 4.
Minute Maid Orange. It's the orange in Diet, too.
Superb matchup tomorrow afternoon, President's Day on CBS Sports, 1:30 Eastern. The Houston Rockets, who lead the Midwest Division, against the Cleveland Cavaliers with the best record in the NBA. Hakeem Olajuwon and Brad Daugherty, two fine centers going at it. Houston and Cleveland tomorrow afternoon on CBS Sports.
On this replay, watch the excellent LA defense. Here we have the trap. There's your now into the transition game. Now what we're going to see here is Byron Scott missing one of the very few times. Here comes Worthy coming in that outside lane. What does that emphasize? That emphasizes that they are running the three lanes and they're running them hard. Worthy was in the outside lane on the left, enabling himself to come on the offensive board.
Ainge and Shaw at guard with Lewis, McHale, and Parrish up front. Ainge missing outside. Green the rebound. They need the outside shooting of Danny Ainge to loosen up things for inside. Scott, he is having a brilliant afternoon, has 25 points, including 2 3-pointers. 82-68 Lakers, blocked by Worthy. They're playing inspired basketball right now, the world champs. Green. Too far under the basket. They get back defensively, though. Ainge fall away. That's a 4-point situation. The miss by Green and the basket by Ainge. But Cooper comes right back.
When the Laker guards are this hot in the perimeter game, you're really at their mercy because they can cut so quick underneath you, hurt you, and then try to beat you to the offensive boards.
4 minutes and 10 seconds to go, third period. Shaw knifes in, and a Laker foul. It'll be their 4th team foul of this period, and Shaw slowly getting up. He hit his head on the floor.
Well, he also took a pretty good shot across the forehead that time on the block. You know, early in the year, Jimmy Rogers was telling us, because we've had him on 2 previous occasions, the biggest problem here is shot selection. And if you really think about it and watch this game, what is happening in this third quarter, they're getting forced defensively by the Lakers, great defensive pressure, into bad shot selections. Shots that are not high percentage shots, which are enabling the Lakers to get out on the break.
A.C. Green with his second foul, and Brad Lojas has come in the game. So the Celtics, again, with a lineup. Lojas is in along with Parrish, so McHale goes out. Kevin McHale has scored 2 points in this quarter, 14 for the game. Again, saddled with 3 fouls. But he leads them with 9 boards.
There always have to be reasons why Kevin McHale only has 2 points, and the big reason being no shot opportunities, and that's because every time he touched the ball, he was double and triple teamed.
Ainge is guarding Cooper, under 4 minutes to go in the third. And an offensive foul against Michael Thompson of the Lakers will turn it over. Lakers, with this 3rd best record in the NBA, have outshot Boston 58-45 here in this quarter after they were even at halftime.
Well, this Laker group that's on the floor now, this is their B-Beep group, and pretty soon Woolridge will be in helping them out also.
Lewis going to the hoop. Good play by Lewis, who has 18 points, leading the Celtics.
Tough shot. You know, Pat Riley was talking about the defense. They're so happy with their defense here. Very difficult to shoot a high percentage against. He said it's our offense which is bothering me.
Worthy, nothing wrong with Worthy at either end. 22 points for James Worthy, second to Scott's 25 for L.A. 12-point lead for the Lakers. They led by 3 at the half after Boston had a 6-point lead after 1 quarter. They have 8 now on the shot clock, isolating Ainge against Green. Ainge hits the basket, but it wasn't pretty. He lost control trying to go baseline.
He was juking and jiving, doing his move. Come on, what do you mean he lost control? That's his one-on-one move before.
Oh,
won the game.
Oh, off the foot. of Worthy. It'll be Celtics ball.
You'll see Reggie. Reggie's tough getting into the middle. He's an explosive type of a scorer, extremely dangerous off the dribble.
Orlando Woolridge is in. Now Parrish has gone out. McHale is back in. So it's Lojas, McHale, and Lewis up front. And Woolridge has reported for the Lakers to team up with Worthy, Thompson, and Green. So it looks like a...
McHale, get out! Let's go, right here!
It looks like a big team out there for L.A.
Right now, Jake O'Donnell would not allow McHale to come into the game because he said he was not at the table.
Or Woolridge.
Or ahead of time. And now we're seeing this Laker, they're not going to allow them to substitute right now, but when that happens, we'll be seeing Worthy at second guard. They're big unit. Pat's very happy with that, by the way.
86-76. Michael Thompson picking up Shaw. Worthy all over now. He's guarding Shaw in the middle.
Lakers are doing a great job switching on every ball cross.
Ainge with a fall away. That's what the Celtics had to settle for, but Ainge has hit 2 in a row and has 17 points off the bench, 1 less than Reggie Lewis, who leads Boston. 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining, third quarter. Scott. Lojas, the rebound into the hands of Shaw. Chance to knock it to 6, and a reverse layup by Lojas doesn't make it. That would have been a big basket for the Celtics.
Big basket is right.
Under a minute to go. 86-78 L.A. And a timeout called by the Lakers.
When you're in the middle of the break, the big thing is to always understand who is running the lanes, who you give the ball to, and where you give them the ball to make sure that they can do something with it.
We talked about how the Lakers are battling with Phoenix for supremacy right now in the Western Conference. In the East, Boston is hanging on to the 8th and last rung in the Eastern Conference there, and they're about 4 games ahead of the Washington Bullets for the last spot. But Cleveland right now and New York, by virtue of the best record and division championship, would have it. What about Magic Johnson and his thought about the Eastern Conference? Here's what the Magic Man had to say.
If I'm picking a team, I would have to pick Detroit, but fear Boston because they sitting in the best place of anybody. Count us out. We're in 8th place. But see, Larry, the Celtics just love being in this position. I fear them more than anybody else right now. You better watch out for them.
He's hedging his bet anyway. We got the Celtics next week against the New York Knicks, and Madison Square Garden is going to be rocking because the Knicks have the best home record in the NBA. They've lost just once, that to the Lakers, and we'll be with you at Madison Square Garden next Sunday at 2 o'clock Eastern time. Fred Dreyer in the crowd today. That matchup next week ought to be great because anytime Boston and New York plays, they come out in droves for it.
Well, right now, the Knickerbockers are 1 win, 2 losses with Boston. Boston winning both games at the Boston Garden. And then the game in New York was won by the Knickerbockers. And the main reason is because the man in your picture right there, Robert Parrish, plays so big against the Knicks. Not only with the points, but with the massive amount of rebounds that he has.
Boston has given New York a lot of trouble. And the Lakers have given Boston a lot of trouble. Worthy and Scott have accounted for 15 of the 26 Laker points here in the quarter and 47 of their 86 in the game. So it's been a 2-man gang offensively for the Lakers today. Well, so Woolridge is in for the Lakers and McHale for Boston. 1:48 remaining in the third. Scott fouled before the shot. But the Celtics now with their second team foul.
Next one will be the penalty. This is the first one inside of 2 minutes.
Lojas, number 2 on Brad.
That was probably decided in the timeout, I would think. That if you were going to get beat or something, just foul and stop their momentum.
Michael Cooper inside the 3-point marker, has 11 points now. Is the 4th Laker to hit double figures. 10-point L.A. lead. Minute and a half now remaining. Laker guards are shooting the lights out today. And a foul as Lewis is hit inside. 3 yellow shirts around him, and it'll be against Woolridge.
We have a war going on right now between Michael Cooper and Reggie Lewis. The Celtics are trying to free up Lewis every time down the floor, on the left side to go one-on-one and take him off the dribble. But Michael Cooper will not allow him to get the catch.
Well, you talked at the outset about Cooper. Lewis misses the first free throw about how it's important to assume the point guard duties. He has already 10 assists, which ties his season's high. He had it against Portland the other night.
Not only does he have the problems of being the point guard, but he's guarding the small forward. And I asked him, which is the toughest for you? He says, well, defensively, I exhaust myself when I play those small forwards because then the Lakers also want me to rebound.
The guy said he was too skinny, people said, for him to make it in the league. Remember yesterday?
That's right.
You don't have no chance, they said.
Well, he was in the league and was injured and then was waived and played in the Continental League.
Dennis Johnson misses outside. McHale loses the battle to Green for the rebound. The lead is 9 for the Lakers, and an easy reverse by Scott, who has 27 points. 50 seconds remaining in the third quarter. LA again up by 11. Lakers looking for their 34th win of the year. McHale is back. I don't think that they're not concerned with Phoenix, a game behind them, coming into this game.
Well, when you talk to the coaching staff, everyone is aware how close Phoenix is. And, you know, Tom Chambers, in my opinion, is having as good a year as anyone in this league. And then when you add Eddie Johnson, and when you think of the best sixth man in the league, you know, Thurl Bailey might be out in front, but you think of Eddie Johnson, you think of Xavier McDaniel. You know, there's some guys here who are really challenging Thurl for that six-man award. So when you put together Chambers, Gilliam, Eddie Johnson, nice job the coaching staff is doing. You know, Phoenix very much for real.
Michael Thompson has picked up his 4th foul. 28 seconds and 13 on the shot clock in the period. Scott lost it on the high dribble. Here comes Boston. Cooper back defensively. Ames just firing it up there. Lojas. Celtics miss an opportunity, but you got to credit Cooper for getting into the fray defensively.
You're absolutely right. He hustled back to get in front of the ball that time.
3 seconds to go in the quarter. Cooper, Scott gets the basket. And the Lakers lead by 11. Big finish for LA here, and that is the end of the third period with the score, the Lakers 92, the Celtics 81. And we'll return to the Forum after this message and a word from your local station.
Pure, genuine, never heat pasteurized. A beer that's made unlike any other. Cold filtered to give you the rich, smooth taste of real draft beer. That's the mark of a great beer. Cold filtered Miller Genuine Draft. It's as real as it gets.
What'd you say your name was?
Nostradamus.
Name's Ed.
Bend over.
Ben?
Nice to meet you, Victor Hugo.
Claude.
Claude is Gert Henry.
You know the name.
Mr. Fletcher?
What can I do for you?
You've seen the face.
Hold on tight.
Now meet the man.
A little lower.
Behind the legend. Chevy Chase. Fletch Lives. Rated PG. Starts Friday, March 17th at theaters everywhere.
This is CBS.
The Ohio Lottery presents The New Millionaires with Alex Trebek.
Ticket seller Palmer Jackson was happy to get a $10,000 commission for selling a lotto winner, but he had a reason to be even happier. Stay tuned.
My fairy godmother told me either I could kiss a frog and he'd turn into a handsome prince, or I could win the Super Lotto jackpot. You know what I said? Honey, who are you kidding? Give me the cash.
If I won the Super Lotto jackpot, well, I could coast for a while. No, I think I'd start with the West Coast.
Oh, hey, Kurt. Oh, I got this great joke about how big the Super Lotto jackpot is. Okay, now, stop me if you're hurting.
The $10,000 Palmer Jackson received for selling the winning ticket was mere pocket change.
That winning ticket was mine. Sold it to myself, won $7.5 million. Best sale I've ever made.
I'm Alex Trebek, and I'll see you soon with another New Millionaire.
Shooting Iron Kids and Steroids, Tuesday at 6.
Here we go. Sleepy to Elijah, right at the buzzer. goes Magic. He's got it. He throws it on the way for three.
Jordan. Rejected by Ewing. Grant can't hit. Here's Pippen. NBA action. It's fantastic. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown with Pat O'Brien, and the story of our game right now. The Lakers have exploded shooting-wise in the third quarter, now at 60% with third period shooting. Scott with 29 and Lewis with 19, the high scorers of the game, and a big period for L.A.
How about at the top of your screen here? Look at Magic Johnson. He's waving everybody around. Now he's going to count down for Scott. Here goes Scott into the middle. And if you think about his game today, Brian Scott has been so effective with the coaching of Magic Johnson, right? Of course. But coming off the dribble into the middle, he has really broken down the Celtic defense.
Start of the fourth period. Byron Scott and David Rivers, the rookie, back in there at guard. Up front, it's Green, Woolridge, and Michael Thompson, who's playing with four personnel. Celtics. Woolridge has a shot blocked by Lojas. Good play by Brad. And here comes Shaw with Lewis, Johnson, McHale, and Lojas. And Reggie Lewis now with 21 points. 7 more than his season's average.
Well, this group needs to give the Celtics good defense. And then just get a couple of easy transition baskets here.
Shaw with his third personal foul. 92-83, 9-point lead for the Lakers. They had their explosion, and the Celtics brought them a little bit back to the pack. Green posting up against Lojas, who's overplaying him.
Both teams are working so hard to front the low post people.
Scott settles for the jumper. Woolridge, the rebound. Tied up. Or a foul. It's a foul.
It was a foul that time, but
close to tie up.
Excellent offensive explosion by Woolridge. Watch Woolridge come into your picture here. There's your grab. But now watch Lojas' reaction here. He does a real good job getting a good part of that ball. But he caught him, in the shoulder area. But, Lojas has 2 block shots here today. He's a little more active defensively.
Lojas, a 7-footer, and whenever you get a 7-footer, you're looking for aggressive play and inside play, and he hasn't given him that yet. He has had the touch from outside, but not the other stuff.
Well, you're in a 9-point game. You don't want to give a guy an uncontested dump shot, so you're going to make him go to foul line and prove that he can make the 2 foul shots. They only made 1 out of 2.
Interesting that McHale and Parrish did not pick up any more fouls, so with 3 personals, they are not in foul trouble at this juncture early in the fourth. Thompson stays with McHale, both from the University of Minnesota. And the basket will count. He gets the roll over the front rim. And the foul on Michael Thompson, and that may be 5 on him.
Now, that's one of the moves that Kevin showed us that he loves to use when he is double-teamed. He fakes to the baseline, and then he steps right back through the double team.
That's Rivers with the foul, not Michael Thompson, so 3 on David Rivers. Worthy is back for Scott.
A real nice round of applause that time for Byron. He's having a monster game here today.
So Worthy now playing that guard position. So Worthy in the backcourt.
Now, you see, this is a tough cover for Boston. Dennis Johnson is on Worthy. Now, they really have done a good job in the last couple games posting Worthy. He's the primary guy, and on the other side of the floor is this guy right here.
Woolridge for Michael Thompson. Baseline, Michael Thompson with the basket, and the lead is 9. The Celtics had it down to 7. Just a minute and a half going by in this fourth period. Worthy is guarding Dennis Johnson. McHale trying to get Michael into more foul trouble. Thompson plays it well, gets the rebound. Woolridge beats Lewis to the pass and will get called for the offensive foul, on a good call as Dennis Johnson had position.
Dennis is questioning the fan on the baseline who is challenging the call. Well, watch Dennis come right in here now. This takes a lot of courage. In this league, we're talking about a guy 6'9" and 225 coming right into your chest.
Robert Parrish, who has scored 12 points, but nothing since the half, has come back in the game for the Celtics, who have McHale and Parrish in there up front along with Lewis. 2 minutes gone by, fourth period. Working on Green is Parrish. Double team. And a bad pass. It's still Boston ball.
Jake hasn't made a call. Oh, he gives it back. No possession. So we have this is interesting. The shot clock's at 5, Dick. It's going to be interesting to see if they keep it there. Here's your play. We were kind of screened out on this one right here. That could have gone either way.
Right. And Jake played it that way, too.
Yes, he did.
We'll be back to the Forum in a jiff.
Many men have sensitive skin that's irritated by shaving. Aftershave Skin Conditioner is clinically proven to soothe and relieve razor-scraped skin. Sensible care for sensitive skin. After.
By men.
We go above and beyond just like you, above and beyond what we have to do.
I'm a Prudential representative, and I help people review their life insurance needs because I know how much the right life insurance means to me and my family.
You take pride in your life, so do we. Going above and beyond is our policy. The Rock, the Prudential above and beyond.
GM makes the dream. GMAC makes the dream yours. With either financing or smart lease, custom tailored to fit your budget. Right at your GM dealers.
The dreams of America, GMAC.
If you want to move ahead in any career, ask yourself, can I work with a team? Can I take on a tough job and see it through? You can learn how in the Army, so when you set off on the road to success, you'll already be in the driver's seat.
A star-studded international field takes on the challenge that is Doral Blue Monster. The Doral Ryder Open next weekend on CBS Sports.
Celtic and Laker. Well, it's a familiar rivalry and a familiar face with us at the table now. One Patrick O'Brien. Pat, nice to see you.
You know, nice to see you, Dick and Hubie. Talk about familiar faces. You know, in Los Angeles, they always look for the familiar face here. And Keith Olbermann from our station at KCBS here has been keeping a rating system on celebrity sightings. We want to show you. Diane Cannon leads the pack. She has 24 points. Lou Adler, who always sits next to Jack Nicholson, has 16 and 16. Rose Marie went to a Miami game, so she got 8 points just for that one. Henry Winkler, Charlie Sheen, both at 8 today. You guys don't have a rating yet.
And none of them are in foul trouble, and there's one of our leaders.
He's got to get back to the lead. He's had 16 points. He's been away doing movies, but he'll get back up there.
Does he still own our team that we have?
He's still the owner.
Hey, thanks for keeping stats there, Pat.
Block. Big block by Michael Thompson. Big play.
And they say the 24-second clock. 24-second clock expired, and a technical foul has been called against Pat Riley.
Pat Riley is incensed mainly because he wanted the fast break advantage that the Lakers got out of the block. All right, now here you have Robert going up here. They're claiming that the 24-second clock was off before the shot.
Dennis Johnson makes the technical foul with 9:48 to go, 95-87. It's an 8-point lead for the Lakers. Crowd expressing a bit of dismay here at the Forum. Oh, they're into this game as they normally are when they're playing for the championship. That's how feverish this crowd is. They'll call Lewis with a foul on Woolridge.
That was good positioning by Reggie that time, but he was too deep into Worthy's upper body that time. Had to grab onto him.
Byron Scott with 29, Worthy 22 points are the top scorers for the Lakers. Michael Thompson, inside move, posted up Johnson.
See, what happened was the Celtics switched that time and got a mismatch. Dennis on Thompson, giving away too many inches.
But the Lakers saw it, capitalized.
That's what basketball's all about, reading the mismatches.
Double on McHale, Parrish 3 inside. He had a mismatch with Rivers on it.
Well, they had 3 guys on McHale. When the ball went to Dennis, he read it beautifully. Anytime your man leaves you and goes to double team in a low box, go to the front of the rim, because anytime you catch the pass, you got to lay up for a dunk.
Those were the first points for Robert Parrish in the second half. 8 on the shot clock for the Lakers. hosting up Woolridge against Lewis. And Lewis fouls him. That's 3 on Reggie Lewis. And that'll be the 4th team foul against Boston. The Lakers right now with only 1 team foul. 8:43 to go in the 4th.
Well, Reggie's exasperated here right now. See, every time down the floor, they're either trying to post up either Worthy on him if he gets him on a switch, or Orlando Woolridge. And he's giving away that extra 3 inches there. But more important, he's giving away 3 inches to 2 bona fide scorers in this league, in Woolridge and in Worthy.
Lakers had a 14-point lead in the 3rd quarter. The Celtics cut it down to 7. It's 99-89. The Lakers maintain a 10-point spread with 8:40 remaining. Johnson lost it. Here's Rivers. Lewis doesn't want any part of a 4th foul, and it's a 12-point game again.
Yeah, but you see, at that time, you have to challenge the shot and go for the block. What's the difference? You only have 8 minutes left in this game. You cannot let the game go, and it did, from 10 to 12.
Dennis Johnson. And they're going to call the blocking foul against Dennis Johnson. And you're right, Lewis had a lot of inches on Rivers. He could have gotten a piece of that ball.
Well, you always like the guys to rotate back for you. If they can get in defensive position, great. If they can't, then they should try to go for the block.
Kareem reports back to the game for the Lakers, replacing Michael Thompson, and the foul by the Celtics, Johnson, puts them in the penalty, and so here's David Rivers.
Well, when you're on the road, that's a tough stat. You have 8 minutes to go, and the opposition is already shooting the penalty.
Rivers was the only player drafted by the Celtics, by the Lakers this year, out of Notre Dame. They've had great success. Jerry West, he's got A.C. Green. They've done very well with their pick. 103-89 now. Favor of the Lakers. Matches their biggest lead of the game. They can up that lead in a hurry. They've doubled the Celtic deficit quickly. Nice. McHale from Paris. But it's off Kareem, as 2 Lakers went after the ball. We're at the Forum in Inglewood, California. Dick Stockton and Hubie Brown along with Pat O'Brien. That's the time, that's the score, as the Lakers try to end a 2-game losing streak here at the Forum. Boston just trying to get any kind of success on the road. They haven't beaten a winning team on the road all year. Ames for 2.
It isn't because of lack of effort. Every player to the man will tell you they're playing harder now. Ainge and McHale both said we're playing harder this year than we ever have since we've been here. Unfortunately, we just don't have the results.
And the results seem to diminish as the game wears on, because the bench hasn't done the job for the Celtics, and McHale and Parrish are worn out of these.
Well, McHale made an interesting point. He said maybe the wins came too easy to us when we have everyone. And by that, we mean, and I like what Billy Cunningham, the ex-Hall of Famer, right, more important, Hall of Famer, ex-coach of Philadelphia and color commentator with us here at CBS, Billy made a great statement. When you think of Parrish, McHale, and Larry Bird, you think of the greatest front line ever to play this game. Wow.
You're right.
That's a great statement.
You're right. Think about it. 14-point Laker lead. Plenty of time remaining, though. Boston led by 6 after 1 quarter. LA by 3 at the half. 11 after 3. Off the rim. Dale missed Green. Now Boston back with Shaw. Behind to Ames. Finds Parrish. And he'll get the basket and the foul. So he missed the layup, and then he ends up with a chance for a 3-point.
Right, that's right. But that usually does not happen. All right, here we come. It's a 4-on-2 situation. It's reading the people. And I question Shaw's decision there, because he passed to a guy for a 15-foot jump shot, went on the left-hand side. They had a layup originally on the break, but they came out of it with a good result.
You ever coach that, miss the layup, and get the 3 on the other side?
Oh, sure. Right.
Sure. 4 fouls on Rivers, 2 team fouls on the Lakers. Here's the time.
All right, Celtics in the trap.
They blasted it with Kareem.
See, the weakness of the Celtic trap is once they go into the corner, Kareem is coming right across on the low box, just like he did.
Green got his hand on it, keeps the dribble, feeds Rivers. He'll go to the line. This is the point of the game with Magic Johnson cheering them on, where the Celtics need something to hang in there. The Lakers are very close to putting this game away, leading 107-94.
You know what smooth is? You gotta stop and taste the High Life. Smooth is the sensation of cracking open a cold Miller High Life. Smooth is the anticipation of that first mouthful hitting the back of your parched throat. Smooth is the feeling of a beer that goes down easy, never bitter.
Stop and taste the High Life.
Smooth is knowing how good that first Miller High Life tasted, and that it's time to enjoy another.
Who says Chevy beats Ford? USAC tested Chevy's compact S10 with available Vortec V6 against 2 full-size Fords with standard 6 and available V8. 0 to 60, towing identical trailers. Chevy S10 beat both full-size Fords. That's pickup power.
And if a compact Chevy S10 with a V6 can out-accelerate a full-size Ford with a V8, imagine what it can do against Ford's little truck.
The heartbeat of America. That's today's Chevy truck.
UNLV, LSU. The Rebels try to stop the Tigers' freshman sensation, Chris Jackson. Kentucky, Syracuse. An interconference collision next weekend.
Akeem Olajuwon and Brad Daugherty square off tomorrow on CBS in a battle of division leaders. The Houston Rockets clash with that team that sports the league's best record, the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's the NBA on CBS tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern.
Well, when you look at this game tomorrow, Houston at Cleveland, people forget or have a tendency to underrate Houston. They are 31-18 right now. They're only 2 games on the loss side behind the Lakers, 1 game behind Phoenix. They're in 3rd place in the Western Conference. I know they're going into a tough place to win. Cleveland, 23-2 at home, getting it from 9 guys deep.
They also have a 15-10 road record, the best in the NBA, so Lenny Wilkins continues to perform miracles.
Well, Akeem Olajuwon is just having such a spectacular year, in the top 10 in the league in 4 categories, and there is no one else in the NBA for 4 placings in top 10 categories. Right?
Rivers is on the line shooting 2. Closest the Celtics could come was 7 points, and the Lakers now own a 108-94 lead. This is the first time since Magic Johnson and Larry Bird have been in the NBA that Boston and LA have played without both of those guys in action.
Well, you know what I found interesting? That during the regular season over the years that the games were equal. Winning and losing at home and away. Great rivalry.
15-point lead. Harris. And a foul the second time. Harris shaking his head. He's had a couple of close-in layups that he couldn't connect on.
Well, this is their 3rd game in 4 nights, and when that happens to you, the fatigue, and especially when you're dealing with the last 7-8 minutes of the game, you've been out pounding on the road. They had tough games up there in Houston to Utah and back down into Phoenix, and here they are, 3rd game in 4th night. And your big guys, there's an air ball by Robert. We're talking about one of the all-time great players here right now. This guy, never mind his statistics this year. I like what they asked Casey Jones, which player of the Celtics exemplified what you did as a coach the most? And it was interesting. He picked out Robert Parrish. Not bad.
Good choice. Kareem with his 4th foul. Larry Bird, perhaps coming back in mid-March. Magic Johnson will be back before the end of the week, they say. Woolridge's foul going in. Oh, he called for traveling by Tommy Nunez. Irvin Johnson has been on the bench today for the Lakers. The slight tear in his hamstring is improving, and they say that Jerry Buss, the owner of the Lakers, is going to make the decision. Once he hears from everyone, the doctor, the coach, GM, Magic, he'll make the decision, we understand, when Irvin gets back. Harris has his shot blocked inside. Green and Kareem are both covering it.
Double teaming on Parrish and McHale. It's really a clinic here today. How quick they double team and then recover if you should pass out of the double team.
15-point lead, the largest for the Lakers. Green wide open. Harris the rebound, outlets to Ames. Look at the old man, Kareem, coming back defensively, and they turn it over.
See, that's transition defense at its best. AC Green hustling down the floor. And if you look at it all through this game, any time that the Celtics have had to try to get an advantage on a break, you'll see Cooper, Green, Scott giving that extra effort.
Ask Kareem, you know, this is your last game you'll ever play against Boston. He says, I started watching him at 59. That's 30 years I've been watching the green shirt. McHale edges in for the hoop. But basically, Kareem has not really opened up emotionally anywhere yet, and I'm sure that once this thing is over and he's retired, it'll hit him. 5:10 remaining in the fourth period. Lakers lead is 13. Worthy. Harris into the hands of Shaw. Reggie Lewis hits, so Lewis with 23 points. McHale with 21. They're the top two Boston scorers.
If you see, when you're grading your transition defense, what you want them to do is to take a jump shot. You do not want layups. So that time, Riley would say, you know what? We did a great job in getting back and forcing a jump shot, even though they scored.
Lakers call a timeout.
There's a motor oil that talks about quality. Always has, always will. Well, Valvoline makes the highest quality motor oil recommended by any automobile manufacturer. Oh yeah, unlike the competition, Valvoline also makes the motor oil used by 7 out of 10 Indy 500 crew chiefs. That's 7 out of 10 crew chiefs every year for the last 10 years. People who know use Valvoline.
When we played for Oakland, we did not appreciate losing.
Our motto was, just win, baby.
Yeah, but now we just like to play a quiet game of pool and drink a few cold Miller Lights. Lights brewed from the ground up, so it tastes great.
Not like some watered-down version of a regular beer.
Your turn, Otis.
Hey, you cheated.
So?
So, nice shot.
When it's Miller Lite, less filling, tastes great.
You've seen those Chevy versus Ford tests, right? We came up with one of our own. Half-ton 4x4s, best available tires, driven at the same identical speed right through this 18-inch deep ditch. Now, this is a real control test, so don't you try it, because you'll damage your truck. That's a Chevy with torsion bar suspension, and that's the Ford with twin traction beam suspension. And you can see why we've had to change a hardened pickup.
That's today's Chevy truck.
Well, obviously, the title of this is I'm Forever Blowing Bubbles, right?
Well, we asked Michael yesterday to name his all-defensive team since they call him the captain of the defense. Interesting, at his guards, Michael Jordan, the Defensive Player of the Year last year. Joe Dumars, one of the most underrated players we have. At the center position, the monster man, Mark Eaton, always right there in shot blocking. And then he said, I must have Akeem on my team. How could I not put him on there? And then Dennis Rodman. You know, you start to think about it. Not bad, but more important, I think they could score fairly well also.
Right. How about Dennis Rodman last night?
Yo.
21 rebounds.
32 points,
Ooh.
not bad.
109-98, the Lakers by 11. Kareem with a sky hook. Celtics still with a shot in this game. They're not out of the woods yet.
Every shot today, Kareem is left on the front of the rim.
1 for 8 from the sky hook range.
Nice defense that time by Worthy. Reggie could not beat him off the dribble.
9 on the shot clock. Lewis goes in and blocked by Green, and Lewis converts. And the lead now is 9, 109-100, 4:08 remaining. And they're going to bring Michael Thompson back at the next dead ball.
It's got to happen defensively for the Celtics.
Scott with a big basket. They can't afford to trade hoops at this stage, Boston. Lakers by 11. That much time remaining in the fourth. Harris against Kareem.
Oh, what a tough shot.
19 for Robert Parrish. The front line, starting front line for the Celtics, has been magnificent offensively today. 111-102. 13 on the clock. Scott again. In and out. Green. Blocked by McHale from behind, and it's still Laker ball, but a big defensive play.
Big rebound. Big rebound. Watch Robert Parrish here. He doesn't even have his feet set that time. Off balance hook over the top of Kareem. Beautiful move.
They've got 17 on the shot clock, 3:20 to go on the game clock, fourth period. Lakers in no hurry.
Well, they're bringing Worthy to the ball.
Now they got 5. Up fake by Scott. In and out. Parrish the rebound in a 9-point game with 3 minutes to go. Every possession will count now for Boston if they have a shot. Lewis outside. McHale tips it in, and it's 111-104 with 2:50 to go. The closest the Celtics could come have been 7 points. That's where they are right now. 2:40 to go and 12 on the shot clock.
Well, they're going to bring Worthy to the ball again, but then they're popping Scott out on the other side. There he is.
To Thompson. No foul, out of bounds, and it's the Lakers' possession with 5 seconds to try a shot, and Jimmy Rogers wants to call a timeout. He wanted a 20 at the other side when Boston scored, and it's getting tight and testy here at the Forum.
So how much you making now? Huh? I'm going fine. You gotta be making at least 25. I'm fine. Maybe a little better than that. 30? Tell me yes or no. Are you making 30? Around 30. Got any investments? Any stuff? Not really. You're making 30, and you don't have anything like that. What do you think? You're 18 years old or something?
I'm known for my gentle and charming disposition. So when Ernie here ran out of Miller Lite, I didn't get mad. Nah. We calmly discussed the situation. I told Ernie I'd drink light because it's brewed from the ground up so it tastes great. Not like some watered-down version of a regular beer. We reached an understanding, and he quickly rectified the situation. Mom always said I had a way with people.
When it's Miller Lite, less Philly, tastes great.
At the conclusion of the game, Hubie Brown and I will select the Miller Lite Player of the Game, and in conjunction with the award, Light Beer will present a check in the amount of $1,000 in the player's name to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund. Boston on a 10-2 run in the last 4 minutes. The front court.
Now watch Kevin McHale move right inside here now. You see how he squared his shoulders up to the baseline that time? Because if you get the rebound and you go right back up, you have the defensive player on your back. 67 of Boston's 104 points have come from the starting front court of Lewis, McHale, and Parrish today. At 65%. 2.5 minutes to go, 111-104. If you're thinking about the foul situation right now, the Lakers are shooting the penalty. The Celtics, the Lakers have only committed 3 fouls.
The Lakers will have 5 seconds to attempt a shot. It's Worthy, Green, Thompson, Cooper, and Scott. Boston has McHale, Parrish, Lewis, Shaw, and Ames.
You want no lob to the front of the rim. All right, that was good defense.
Worthy, turnaround from the corner. Big hoop from the corner. 26 for James Worthy, second to Scott's 31. See how Boston replies here.
Pick and roll.
Upping there, Parrish against Worthy, who slaps the ball away and is called for the foul. And that will be the 14th foul against the Lakers, not a shooting situation.
Parrish wants the wet spot cleaned up underneath the rim that time.
Lewis will inbound. He's already flashed the play. Celtics have lost 3 on this road trip. Shaw back from Ames. The basket is good. 113-106. Winding down to 2 minutes to go.
That was an impressive read of the defense that time by Danny Ainge. He delivered a beautiful pass.
Celtics in the penalty. Less than 2 minutes to go. Next foul by the Lakers puts them in the penalty.
Now the Celtics have made a move. They have McHale on Worthy.
6 on the shot clock. Byron Scott hits long range. So 2 big baskets by Worthy and Scott make things awfully tough for Boston. 33 for Byron Scott matches the season's high. McHale right back with 2. And the Celtics hang in there. 115-108. Plenty of time. Using the clock. Minute and a half in the game. 13 on the shot clock. Worthy in good position. Basket counts and a foul. And the Lakers are making the most of every possession down the stretch.
That was a prime time strength move, because when Worthy caught the ball, Kevin McHale got a piece of it and really hit hard down, and Worthy was able to watch it. Now, there's the slap right there. He was still able to catch that ball and take it right through that hit into a good shot opportunity.
Fourth foul on McHale. Worthy fails for the three-point attempt, and a loose ball foul is called against the Lakers.
Well, that time, Michael Thompson did not block out Kevin McHale.
You don't want to stop the clock if you're ahead at a stage like this. That's the last thing you want. No time off the clock on the missed free throw. So McHale will go to the line with 1:24 remaining. It's a 9-point Laker lead, but the Celtics, their chief concern, will have to stop the Lakers at the other end because LA is connecting every possession. McHale with 26. He's now the high scorer for Boston. One out of two. 117 to 109. 1:20 to go.
Lakers are a smart club now. They'll take their time. They'll run their half-court sets. Here's the same play they've been running the last 4 times down the floor.
7 on the shot clock.
Oh, costly turnover. Brian Scott got caught on a 3-second call. After he set the pick for James Worthy, he stayed in the lane area.
So the 3-second violation and then that foul on Thompson. Careless for the Lakers.
I was lucky. I was 6'10" and good at basketball, so I got a scholarship. But like a lot of black kids, without a scholarship, I couldn't have afforded college, which is why Miller Lite and the NBA have co-founded the Thurgood Marshall Fund, the first fund created to improve public black colleges and help finance their students. So any kid who wants a good education can get one, even if they don't grow up to be 6'10".
Support the Thurgood Marshall Fund, because a future should be something everyone can afford.
Whoa!
This is the valley, Rebecca. Here we can start our new life.
And with hard work, the land will give us all we need. Because this is home.
In the movies, happy endings are easy, but in the real world, it takes solid planning. So for financial security, peace of mind, and finding the home of your dreams, come to the companies of the Prudential and build your future on the rock.
You've seen those Chevy versus Ford tests, right? We came up with one of our own. Half-ton 4x4s, best available tires, driven at the same identical speed right through this 18-inch deep ditch. Now, this is a real control test, so don't you try it because you'll damage your truck. That's a Chevy with torsion bar suspension, and that's the Ford with twin traction beam suspension. And you can see why we've had a change of heart and pickups.
That's today's Chevy truck.
117 to 109. The Lakers lead with 1:07 remaining. There's the timeout story. Boston just has a full and a 20. The Lakers have 2 full timeouts. Tonight on CBS begins with 60 Minutes. Is the American who takes care of Guatemalan orphans the saint he would have you believe he is? Find out on 60 Minutes tonight on CBS. Then it's Murder, She Wrote, followed by the CBS Sunday movie, The Fulfillment of Mary Gray, starring Cheryl Ladd. That's all tonight on CBS.
Well, this is interesting. Now, if the Celtics can score, which defense they go into, whether they'll pick up full court, man-to-man, or in their 1-2-1-1. Let's see what happens here.
1 minute remaining, and Danny Ainge loses his footing. McHale with the jumper. Parrish with the rebound. Blocked by Worthy. Celtics have a new clock, but that's not what they need. 3-point attempt missed by Lewis, and Parrish is finally fouled with 48 seconds remaining. And the Lakers still leading by 8 points. Green's third.
Now you're sitting in an 8-point game right now. If Parrish can make both of these shots, you're down to 6. All you need are 2 possessions. There is plenty of time left there. It'll be interesting. Big costly miss here. It's a big miss.
McHale missed one before, and now Parrish misses a big free throw. But the fact is that the Lakers are scoring at their end virtually every time they have the ball. 7-point Laker lead. 46 seconds to go in the 4th period. 20 on the shot clock. They foul Scott, who will have a chance to establish his season's high. And our Miller Lite player of the game is number 4, Byron Scott, who's getting stronger, coming back from that urinary bleeding problem he had, causing him to miss 6 games. 33 points, 4 rebounds, and 5 assists at this point. And Light Beer is proud to present a check for $1,000 on behalf of Byron Scott to the Thurgood Marshall Black Education Fund. So Cooper has done the job early as the point guard, and Scott gave him the points with Magic not playing today.
Well, I was very impressed with Scott today off the dribble. That's where I thought he made his biggest contribution. You have a tendency to just think of him as a perimeter guy, but today he got down inside of the Celtics.
9-point game, 42 seconds. Celtics soon having to think of nothing but threes.
Well, they're not going to let him. They're not going to let Ainge take a three here. They're just staying right at home with Ainge.
Harris with a long jumper. Rebound into the hands of Green. The Lakers will come away with the win here. 23 seconds to go. The Celtics will be heartened that they had something left at the finish for a change, unlike their 3 previous road games. But the bottom line is the W, and the Lakers will win the game and up their lead over Phoenix to a game and a half in the Western Conference and in the Pacific Division. And win against Boston. Always a pleasurable thing for the Lakers. Final score, without Magic Johnson, the LA Lakers over the Boston Celtics without Larry Bird, 119 to 110. So for Hubie Brown and Pat O'Brien, this is Dick Stockton saying so long from the Forum, where the Lakers beat the Celtics.
Basketball Association has been sponsored by the Heartbeat of America, Today Chevrolet, John Hancock Financial Services, Real Life, Real Answers, and by Miller Lite. When it's Miller Lite, less filling tastes great.
The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports.
In 13 cities and 10 countries across the Pacific, they're playing our song. United Airlines, rededicated to giving you the service you deserve, halfway around the world. Come fly the friendly skies.
When you look for champions, you look to CBS Sports.
This is CBS.